We should do the national anthem.
Okay, both teams know what we went through the first semifinal game. We both on the same page in reference to that. We both understand that we're gonna play this game, no problems whatsoever. Good sportsmanship. Everybody's gonna have a good time, and we're gonna have a winner. Somebody gonna go home sad. Somebody gonna go home happy. That's the way it is in sports, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. I want you guys to enjoy it. You guys shake hands, and let's come out and play ball.
Hold on. We got to shake. Okay. I got a crew here. I'm Mr. Jenkins, Washington, Mr. Haywood. This is my crew. Got three things. Respect my crew, respect each other, and respect the game. Coaches, make sure you keep all your non-players that's not playing on the field inside. Give me a batter and an on-deck bat out there at all times. At all times. I don't want you peeking out inside the dugout. Listen to your coaches. There's a slaughter rule. 12 after 4, 10 after 5. 15 after 3. And 15 after 3. Now, out of bounds, the fence extended on both sides. Fence extended. It goes in the opening, it's live. The reason why I want you standing out, if they hit you standing out, that's a blocked ball. I'm gonna send a run back. That might be the winning run. That's why I'm asking y'all to stand together. Okay. Just watch that. Anything you want to add? Okay. Let's have some fun. Okay, the best team wins. Let's go. Let's go. There you go. Come on with it. Come on. Let's have some fun, guys. Good to see you. Good luck. Let's go. Win on 3, win on.
We're doing a job. Every time we go somewhere, every time we do something, we're doing a job. Let's go.
Hey, do it for each other. Let's go. Win on me, 1 on 3, 1, 2, 3. Win. Let's go.
So they're gonna just call the two teams in. This game was scheduled to start at 7:30, so they'll be getting started shortly. And it gives us a chance to talk a little background here. Again, this CPS has been doing the softball since 1999. Lane Tech just got eliminated, so their 2-year reign is over. And what we have here is Payton, who's won 5 of these, playing Taft, that's won 3 of these. So very interesting ball game. Taft looked like a wrecking machine as they took apart the storied Lane Tech program, beating them in basically what amounted to 3 innings, 16-2. So hopefully this game will be a little bit more competitive for you viewers out there. A little bit of background in the tournament. Payton had to beat Kennedy, then they beat Brooks, and finally they beat Whitney Young to get to this championship game. Taft, on the other hand, they beat, let me take a look at my program here. They beat Good, then they beat Lindblom, and they just beat Lane Tech. So, again, these are the number 1 and 2 seeds. Taft will be the visitor as they are the 2 seed. Payton, the 1 seed, will be the home team. So the tournament has played the chalk so far, and it's very not unusual. We see a lot of that here at the high school level. But what you're about to see is 16-inch style softball, 60-foot bases, 38 feet from the pitching rubber to home plate. Pitcher gets 2 fakes or hesitations. Third arm action must be to deliver the ball to the plate as the wind is kicking up here. And a throw or a fake to a base is one of your fakes or hesitations. You can lead off, but you can't steal. There's no fence, so you can get all you want. And there's George Bliss. He'll have the post game. He'll have some interviews and everything else, and George will start a separate stream for that. George did our first game tonight. The man himself, the legend, George Bliss, and my personal mentor. So George is probably thinking Gio must need a favor. He's giving me the big buildup. So both teams in the pregame huddle. Taft will go with the same lineup, and why wouldn't you? And they look fired up, locked in. And they came out after a first inning when they didn't capitalize. They just unloaded on a pretty good Lane Tech team. So right now, if you are Payton, you sat around for about an hour or so, and your job is to match the intensity, the emotion, right off of Jump Street. So this top of the first will be very important. Taft showed us that when they get ahead, they can be a good front runner. And so a little different. Last game we had two teams wearing white. Taft in their white uniforms, blue numbers and lettering, and dark black shorts. Payton, gray tops with a little orange writing and basically dark pants. So now they're going to get both teams together. We saw this a little bit in both of the games. They get the teams out, they go over the ground rules, they congratulate them all for being here, and CPS very strict on a lot of the rules with these young men. And these games go quick. 1-1 count, 6-12 on the arc. So we saw how fast the game can get away from you. And I think if you are the Payton team and you're paying attention, that you got to be thinking to yourself, we need to get out of the gate quick. And I think a lot of times it's interesting. I think a lot of times with some of the, more structured high school programs, and that certainly is Payton, Taft, Lane, Whitney Young. Some of these schools really take it serious. They practice. It's a short season. A lot of these kids do play baseball as well in the spring. And so as a result of that, I think the schools that can tend to be a little more mature age-wise and practice-wise tend to always do a little better. And again, if you're a 16-inch guy, they're always looking for coaches and people that want to get involved. So if you're a 16-inch guy, CPS will pay you a stipend. So reach out to us if you're interested. We'll put you in touch with who you need to talk to. And Payton has a little bit of a cheering squad over there. Not sure if those are their cheerleaders for their regular sports, but Payton's brought a big crowd out here. And I got to tell you, some pretty good numbers here in the park. A lot of times the teams that lose have to leave because they all come in on buses. So they got to get them back to their schools. But certainly Payton looks like they're going to have a loud, raucous crowd here. So Taft will go the same way. Espinoza, Corollas, Gonzalez, Mara, Blitz, Nanos, Falkowski, Ricken, Gonzalez, and Olmsted. Payton's going to go, both teams hitting 10 again, with Ruff, Field, Arena, Gugino, Asaf, Diaz, Woodson, Paz, Marovitz, and Ortiz. So coach is just finishing up some ground rules. And so there you see it, big park. 338 to the screen along the street there. 337 to the screen here. They played this fence line down, so you got some foul territory, but not too much. Infield cut very deep, very big. It can be misleading if you're an outfielder. Sometimes you're 2 or 3, 10 feet on the grass, and you think you're deep enough because you're gauging it off the edge of the infield, but this looks like it's cut for a hard ball. So they do play a lot of Little League out here. This is a very busy park. I'd like to thank J-Rob, he of Roadrunner and 45 fame, and Jack Nakanishi. They were both Lane Tech alum. They came out to support their team today, both playing major softball. And big top of the first here. I'm sure Taft would like to set the tone and play with a lead. Again, last year they got walked off in the bottom of the 7th by Lane. So I'm sure that victory to get him here in the championship game was a little sweeter. So here's Lucas Espinoza to lead off our championship game. And he hits a little flare, and it's in no man's land but the short center. Second baseman got a bad jump. He wasn't going to get there. Short center stayed with it. Looks like he's a tall kid. He was chewing up yardage. Wasn't the prettiest catch, but it was certainly effective. So here's the second place hitter, Andrew Carolis, and he tomahawks a single into left field. So after the leadoff man pops up, Taft up to their old tricks with a base runner. So it brings up Carlos Gonzalez.
I'll let you know when he creeps in. You're good right there. Wait till it comes out of his hand.
And Carlos, a line drive the other way, base hit, first and second. So Taft, taken up right where they left off, brings up Nate Mara. And the way Taft is swinging it,
Get off right there. Good. Wait till it comes out of his hand.
they're going to be a load.
He's coming back. Come on. Good eye.
Mara looked like he wanted to come to right field.
Good eye.
Pitch was just a little too far deep and a little too far outside. He took it for a ball.
Get off. You're okay. He's behind you. Get off. Get off the base. Right there. Stop right there. Wait till it comes out of his hand. I'll tell you when he's coming back.
He takes that pitch as it hits the umpire, 3-1. So, of course, after two fakes or hesitations, you cannot throw the ball to first.
Get off the base. Stop right there. Wait till it comes out of his hand.
And there he grabs the strike, full count, but there is only one out.
Go! Stay ready! We're moving. It's on the ground. We're moving. One out. One out. We're moving!
So we got a full count here. And he takes that deep, so the bases are loaded. It brings up Wes Blitz.
He's behind you here.
One out here. Taft set up to put up a crooked number, maybe.
Get off the base. Get off the base. You're okay.
And I tell you, Taft has got some good-looking young hitters at the top of their lineup. And there's a little chopper. He'll underhand to home for the fielder's choice for out number 2. So it looks like Wes dipped that back shoulder. Then the front shoulder came loose. The head flew out, and he topped it back to the pitcher, who very calmly made sure he made the catch and just scooped it. And there's a ground ball, and the pitcher jumps that. So Eli Nanos grounds out, so Payton gets out of it. Bases loaded, 1 out. They do get the goose egg. And we'll head to the bottom of the first. So the road graders, couple of ground balls back to the pitcher. Payton wiggles off an early hook as they come to bat here. We'll see if that gives Payton a little juice here in the bottom of the first. So Augie Ruff, Tyler Field, and Anthony Arena will be little scheduled hitters here. Takes that pitch a little deep. And the Payton crowd really into it. And there's a high pop-up. Tried to pull his hands in, but couldn't get the barrel to it. And Augie Ruff pops out to center. Brings up Tyler Field. So Payton, a pretty good crowd. It's reaching from basically behind the dugout all the way to the light pole down the line. And there he walks the dog down the right field line. Now there's a bobble. Good base running there by Tyler Field as he floats a double down the right field line. Yeah, Cliff, they're playing 1-1 count. These games at the high school level move fast.
Hey, get it out. Get it out.
So Tyler Field, 1-out double, brings up Anthony Arena. As Payton is in the middle here of their first scoring opportunity here in the bottom of the first. Takes another pitch, 3-1. Home plate umpire thought that pitch was a little flat. And he walks. So both pitchers have walked the guy in the first. First and second brings up Grant Gugino. It's Payton trying to get the first lead of this ball game. And there's a hard ground ball to short. Little bobble, now he airmailed it. First run scores. Runner will go to third. There was just a slight bobble there. Looked like when he went to grab it, the ball just came out of his hand. Runner's on the corner now, still only 1 out. Brings up Nader Ashaf, and there's a high pop-up, and the left fielder drops it. The runner on third will score. Everybody's safe. So Taft was very sharp defensively in that semifinal game. A little loose with the softball here in this championship game. And it brings up, looks like maybe Jared Diaz. And he hits a little slow roller. The runners will advance, but they do get the out at first. Second and third now, 1 out. 2 runs already in. Brings up Lewis Woodson. Opportunity here with a base hit to put Payton up 4. The runners will be moving on the swing. And he tries to go big to left. Left fielder goes back, secures it this time. And we'll head to the second inning. 2-0, Payton. So some shaky defense there by Taft. I don't think the 2 runs is going to dissuade them, as they got what we like to call a big boy offense. But Payton takes advantage, and they push a pair across. So it'll be Joe Falkowski, Alex Ricken, and Chris Gonzalez coming up here. 7, 8, 9. And the bottom part of the Taft lineup was spectacular in that semifinal game. A lot of big hits setting the table for that top.
Gotta be good. Gotta be good.
So Joe Falkowski going to try to light the candle here. And there's a little overhand cut. If it's fair, it's trouble, but it drifts out of play. A lot of these Taft hitters with that overhand swing. And it's unusual to see kids this age with that swing. A lot of our friends out in Washington Park have that swing. And it's unusual because, you know, at this level, a lot of these kids play baseball, so that's not a swing you would take in hardball. And there he takes a high pitch and he drives it, but the center fielder is there. Look for a split second, like maybe that was going to carry, and he had a little weird spin on it. The center fielder was making a motion like that ball was hooking back to him. And it brings up Alex Ricken. And Alex slashes it on the ground. The short center, a high throw, but first baseman for Payton, Owen Pass, tall kid, long stretch, long arms, bailed him out a little bit. 2 up, 2 down. It brings up Chris Gonzalez. And I think we'll see if Taft gets back to being a little more patient at the plate. And there's a little ground ball right to the short center. Safe. So the short center, his last 2 throws, it's almost like he's trying to lob it instead of throwing it. His elbow slot way deep. Instead of throwing it, it's like he's pushing it over there. And he's been a little soft and a little high. It does bring up Chris Olmstead. And Chris swings and he punches it into right field. It's going to be runners on the corners. So, again, 9-10, the 2 Chris's doing their job. And they get to the top with a very dangerous Lucas Espinoza. So after the first 2 were out, next 2 get on here, and Taft suddenly finds themselves in a scoring opportunity. And he pounds it off the pitcher. Shortstop made a great play, but it went through Owen Boss's hands. So off the deflection, excuse me, the Payton shortstop, Grant Gugino, did everything right. Pass just couldn't hold on, and it brings up Andrew Corollas, and 2-1 game, and there's a line drive, but right at the third baseman. But Taft does break the seal, and we'll head to the bottom of the second, 2-1. So I'm going to grab some quick water, folks. I'll be right back. And we're back live from Hamlin Park. A lot of dust flying around.
All right, here we go. Come on, we need to stop here. Come on, get that goose egg. Right here. First guy's the key. Go,
So that's going to bring up Owen Pass, the first baseman, Jack McCowip. And there's a fly ball to left, route number 1. Jack Merkovitz and Matthew Ortiz. Two to one here. And we always talk about defense, and I think Taft needs to just clean their defense up a little bit. And there's a little humpback, and that's going to skip past the left fielder. He's going to get at least 3 out of this. We'll see if they send him. Matt Murphy, aggressive. Throw to the plate, not in time. Solo home run for Jack Maravitz. 3-1 ball game. Had a little line drive down the line. Left fielder a little shallow getting over there. The ball hit the turf and just bounded past him. Brings up Matthew Ortiz. Leadoff man Augie Ruff on deck. So Payton gets the run back courtesy of the solo home run. And another guy at the bottom of the lineup coming through. For what team, Jackson? There's a little flare. Center field, that'll be out number 2. And it brings up Augie Ruff. Well, the third base coach is Matt Murphy for Payton. First base coach is Donnell Spencer, and I believe he is a student, I would think, because he's listed on the lineup card. So here's the leadoff man, and he shoots a base hit. So Augie Ruff, with 2 outs, gets himself on base. Well, I'll have to take a look. I think it's your guy, Tommy Angston. Definitely not a student at this point in his life. So here's Tyler Field, and he swings through it. Augie Ruff will be flying on the swing. Augie, a left fielder. So your assumption would be that he can run. Stretch single here. Might get him another run. Matt Murphy at third, coaching third. Looks like he's in an aggressive mood tonight. And there's a little flip shot down the right field. Ruff easily, and now he took a big turn. They throw behind him safe. And now the runner is going to go to third. And they're going to send him back. That's a heads-up play by Tyler Field. I think if Tyler would have left maybe a half a click sooner, it would have been okay, but he did shut himself down, and then when he saw what was going on, he tried to sneak into 2. So it brings up Anthony Arena, and he slaps it to third. Long throw across in time. But in the inning, Payton does score a run. 3-1 as we head to the third. So it's going to be Carlos Gonzalez, Nate Mara, and Wes Bliss. Not to be confused with George Bliss. So we got a lot of activity going on here.
Well, they're both well coached. You know, last game was blowouts for the last 2, but this game is 3-1. It's a classic softball game. Some of these guys on defense play major. I mean, these guys look great for young kids, don't they, Gio?
Well, yeah, it's always interesting when we come out because you see kids that if they want to pursue it, certainly would have a future. How about this Payton crowd down there, down that line?
Well, great school, near North Side, named after the great Walter Payton, number 34. I know Jared Payton loves watching this. Let's go back to the live action here, Gio.
So Carlos Gonzalez leading off here.
Gotta be good, Carlos. Carlos.
And he slaps it on the ground at the short center. Little fumble. This time he makes the play. And they get the first out as Carlos Gonzalez, a lefty, hustling all the way out of the box. Brings up Nate Mara. So again, as we said, Taft has been in the championship game. And there's a line drive snagged by the shortstop, Grant Gugino. 2 up, 2 down. And it brings up Nader Asaf. No, I take that back. Wes Bliss. I'll get it right sooner or later if I just keep spitting names out. So 2 up, 2 down. Payton leading 3-1. I think that's a direct tie-in to the fact that they've played a little cleaner on defense. And there's a line drive over to second baseman. Right fielder scoops it up. He'll hold Big West Blitz to a long single. That'll bring up Eli Nanos. Again, we are in the top of the third here. 3-1 Payton. There he grabs a strike. In the Payton cheering section, a lot of them on their feet. And there's a little slow roller. Pitcher isn't going to be able to make a play on it. And now the runner will sneak into third. And I think what Payton is saying is that they thought it might have been foul, that it may have hit the runner's foot before it rolled into fair territory. Runner's on the corner now for Joe Falkowski. Matt Murphy just confirming with the umpire.
Go, Joe. You're good right there. I'll let you know when he sneaks in.
So here comes Falkowski.
Secondary.
Pitch a little too high for that depth.
Get off. You're okay. Underneath secondary.
And they call that, I don't know if they call that no pitch. Ball just fell out of his hand. And there's a line drive, and I tell you, that shortstop, Grant Gugino's got some good hands. So a hard line drive.
Let's go.
And they wiggle off the hook. We stay 3-1 as we head to the bottom of the third. Pretty exciting ball game here. Nothing's been decided yet.
Go through. All right, here we go. Come on now. Come on, guys. First guy's the key. First guy.
And there's a ground ball to the short center, throw across, just out at first. So Grant Gugino, the shortstop, hit a slow roller. Nice gun by the shortstop there for Taft. Lucas Espinoza brings up Nader Asaf. And again, Taft, after throwing up 16 so far in 3, and there's a swing and a base hit, big bounce to the left fielder. 1 out single. And Taft a little tight. They're not free swinging like they were against Lane Tech. And as the game wears on, you wonder if that bad juju from the last few years. Ground ball, they do get the fielder's choice, no double play.
Hey, Jim. Hey, we got this. Try, guys. Try. Let's go. One more.
So Diaz grounds into a fielder's choice and brings up Lewis Woodson. And they're checking the bag over there to make sure it's secure. They are using 3 umpires for this championship game. So here's Woodson. And there's a hard ground ball to short. He plays it off the hip, not in time.
Yeah! Let's go!
Runner makes it all the way to third. Runner's on the corner. So that's a perfect example. Now the ball did take a kind of a weird bounce toward his left hand. He played it off the hip. And it brings up Owen pass. Runners on the corners here. And there's a pickoff, and I think they might have had him. Throws to the home plate side of the bag. First baseman tried to reach and pirouette for the tag. If that's on the right field side of the bag, that would have been big trouble there. And there's a swing, but the shortstop handles it. So a 2-out threat goes by the board. We'll head to the top of the 4th, 3-1. So it's going to be Alex Ricken and then the 2 Chris's, Gonzalez and Olmsted, coming up here for, Taft, the bottom third of their lineup. And these kids have been pretty good setting the table. See if that trend continues. So getting back to the shortstop, he kind of leaned back on that instead of charging it. And then when he caught the ball off his left hip, his feet weren't really in a position to really muscle up on the throw. As an infielder, your best bet is to always try to be moving in on a ground ball if you can. And there's a strike. So both of these teams, Payton scored 13 in their semifinal win. Taft scored 16, but here we are. And there's a little shovel for out number 1. But here we are in the top of the 4th in a 3-1 ball game. So here's Gonzalez. And if you're Payton, you probably would like to get the 2 Chris's out and not see that top of the lineup come up, but so much for that plan. As Chris Gonzalez stays hot and floats a hit over the infield. So 1-out base runner for Chris Olmsted. Last time out, he just punched it over the infield.
Secondary, get off. Good eye, Chris. That's it, Chris. No help.
We have not seen a double play, at least I haven't, in the semifinal or this game yet. And there's a one-hopper to third, and it sneaks through the third baseman. Looked like he was trying to snatch and throw to second, and the ball dribbled through. So the 2 Chris's on base yet again, feeding that top for Lucas Espinoza.
Gotta be good.
So Payton flirting with a little bit of trouble here. And Espinoza, hard ground ball to second. He stays with it. They do get the batter, but second and third here. brings up Andrew Carolus. 2 outs now. Tying runs aboard. Chris Olmsted looks like he can run a little bit. He'll score on a single. Sky high fly ball. Center fielder taking charge and makes the catch. So they failed to score halfway through this championship game, 3-1. Payton clinging to a lead. And I might have missed a hitter there as... No, that's right. Andrew Carolus popped out. So bottom of the 4th, halfway through, Payton trying to win their 6th CPS Boys 16-inch softball championship. Taft trying to win their 4th. And there's a swing and a fly ball to left, put away. So the leadoff man, Jack Markovitz, flies out for out number 1, and it brings up Matthew Ortiz, top of the lineup, and Augie Ruff await. And a little bit of a dust swirl. They call time. Played with a guy named Steve Cuss. And the wind was blowing in like this. Used to be a short center. Right as the pitcher was pitching, he'd kick up dirt on purpose to make it tough on a hitter. So there he grabs a strike. Wind now has shifted. We're supposed to be getting a cold front coming through. And there's a little flare, left fielder there. So it's kind of pushing in now. Brings up Augie Ruff, 2 out, nobody on. Tyler Field on deck. And again, if you're an outfielder, there's a 1 hop, big hop, throw in time for out number 3. So Augie Ruff grounds out and will head to the top of the 5th, still 3-1. So if you're Payton, you're nursing a 2-run lead, and Taft can certainly swing the bats. They've shown us that. So you're certainly not comfortable. They've had several innings here to try to push out. They've been unable to do it. So Carlos Gonzalez, Nate Mara, and Wes Bliss, scheduled hitters here in the top of the 5th. 3, 4, 5. So they're getting the score correct. 3-1 top of the 5th. And there's a little infield pop-up, short center, very loud. Then the ball almost snuck through. Leadoff man down. Taft looks like they're pressing a little bit. They're not free and easy on those swings. It's almost like they're trying to overswing. So that's going to bring up Nate Mara. And if you're an outfielder, Payton played a couple hours ago, and the wind was kind of pushing out toward that left field line. Now it's kind of pushing in. So even during the course of a day, kids, if you're an outfielder, always make sure you got a handle on which way the wind's blowing, because then you got to make adjustments. And we'll get to that in a second. Nate Mara now. And there's a line drive dropped by the shortstop. No play. Mara hit it hard. Looked like the shortstop, Grant Cugino, thought he was going to catch it. May have relaxed a little bit, and he just dropped it. So that's going to bring up Wes Bliss. 1 out, 1 on here.
Stay there on the release.
And there's a little ground ball to second. He'll take the play at first for 2 outs. And that's a good decision. The ball was hit to his left. Would have been a very awkward turn. But the wind affects your defense in a lot of ways. Here's Eli Nanos. We'll get to that after this next half inning. And there's a ground ball, a little weird bounce, and that's going to score the second run. And the Taft crowd starts to come to life. 3-2. So that was an example. Short center got caught in between. He leaned back and got a bad hop. That's why you want to be moving forward. That hop would have been at the belly instead up by his shoulder if you're charging it. And there's a little ground ball to the shortstop. He'll go to short way, but Taft pushes one across. They nudge a little closer. 3-2 as we head to the bottom of the 5th. So getting back to the wind, let's say the wind is blowing to left field. So anything hit there gets a boost. If you're the center fielder, you have to understand that. And if you're the left fielder, you have to help your center fielder in the gap because the ball might get pushed to you. And if you're the right fielder, the center fielder needs to be aware of that to help the right fielder in the gap in right center. So the wind always comes in, and defensively you have to be aware of that. So now that the wind has shifted a little bit here, it's a lot different from the first game both of these teams played. So here's Tyler Field, followed by Anthony Arena and Grant Gugino. So Taft just hanging around here. And there's a little chopper to third. He comes in, long throw, safe as he pulls the first baseman off the bag with a high throw. So Tyler Field, the pitcher, hustling all the way, and here's Anthony Mara. And that's part of the joys of playing on turf, is you will get some crazy hops versus turf. And takes that pitch a little deep. I think you might have seen Tyler Field. I believe it's 3-1. He's kind of giving Anthony Arena the sign like take a pitch. And he does, and it's short. And 2 base runners. So they sat back and wanted to make Chris Olmstead throw a strike. Pays off for him as they get another base runner here. Nobody out. Grant Gugino, the shortstop. Catches a strike there. So big bottom half of the inning here. First 2 runners on. And there's a little fish job, but the center fielder is there. He tags. He's going to try it. Safe as the third baseman couldn't hold the throw. And you might have seen 13 right here, Anthony Arena tapping his chest. As soon as that throw was going to third, Anthony should have been off the bag and going. So it brings up Nader Asaf, a couple of hits in the ball game. And he pounds the ball to center. Center fielder, what a catch! What a catch! This is going to be a double play. So now that's a timing play. That run should count. If that runner scored before they threw it to first, the base runner should have scored on that play. That's a timing play because the batter was not the third out of the inning. So the catch is the second out. The base runner at first is the third out, but if the runner touches home, so that run, I believe they're going to count it. we'll put it up for now. But Kurt Vitas is upset. So they did count the run, and Matt Murphy's absolutely correct. Originally, they weren't going to count that run, but that is a timing play. A lot of people say, well, you know, when there's a guy on third and a double play, you know, why doesn't the run score there? Well, that's because the batter is the third out. So when the batter is the second, not the third out, Kurt Vitas might be upset. He might think the runner didn't tag. And that's a good lesson too, kids. So now they're going to take it off the board. So I don't know what made him change the call. If the umpire thought he scored before the fielder's choice, that run should have counted. So no run. We'll head to the sixth. And there's a little one-hopper. Second baseman isn't going to have a play on it. Tying run on base. So Alex Ricken gets on base. So a big turn of events there. So it looked like Payton had got the second run. Base running error there.
On the release. Don't go anywhere.
By the short center.
No!
And there's a chopper. And that ball ate up the second baseman. And Payton right now.
Hey, you watch your coach, all right?
It's got a little bit of a problem here. And that was Chris Gonzalez, and now Chris Olmstead. And it looks like they're going to go to a pinch hitter here. Number 88, Nate Zachary, going to be the pinch hitter here. He's hitting for Chris Olmstead. And there's a little push shot. He gets both runners over with one out. And it brings up the top of the lineup now. One out. They got 2 for 1 to try to score a couple of runs here. So Luke Espinoza.
No!
And there he's going to ground that ball foul. And again, Lucas has been a little anxious. He was locked in that first game.
Hey, watch the garbage. Watch the sucker ball here. Here we go.
Wind picking up. We are live at Hamlin for this championship game, and I thought the umpire was going to ring him up and must have been outside. Turns out he was reaching for the ball that skipped past the catcher. And there's a ground ball back to the pitcher. I think they would have had a play at the plate. Runner took off on contact. Pitcher had a lot of time. He faked like he was going to go there, but then he threw it to first. So we're all knotted at 3. Brings up Andrew Carolus. If he reaches safely, top of the 6th, Pat. If he reaches safely, Taft will take a lead. Again, big play that last inning. Not quite sure what happened. As originally they didn't count the 4th run. Then they counted it, and Taft takes a 4-3 lead. So Carolus comes through, big hit. Like I said, they originally did not count the run for Payton. Then they gave them the run, and then they took it off. And again, what it comes down to is real simple. Did the runner touch home plate before they completed what amounts to a fielder's choice?
On the release. You should get in the secondary.
So Carlos Gonzalez now, 2 outs runner at first. And if you're Payton, you still got 2 whacks at it. And there's a little ground ball over to Gugino, and he makes the play. But they push a pair across. They take their first lead, 4-3, as we head to the bottom of the 7th. So Taft will be in a good spot in the top of the 7th. They'll have 4, 5, 6 coming up. And they certainly got a little life and a little juice after they took that runoff. A lot of times when I was running teams and we had a lead, the last thing I wanted was something controversial to fire the other guy up. So here's the second baseman, Jared Diaz, then Lewis Woodson and Owen Paz. So 6, 7, 8 this inning. And Payton has only scored 3. It's tough to win a city championship with 3 runs. And there he lifts a fly ball, and that's going to get over the top. They disrespected him, and he punched a little fly ball. Now he's going to go to third as the throw gets to the way. Great base running there by Diaz. He saw they were playing him shallow, just punched it over to center fielder. He saw the throw was going to be wide, and he just kept running. So here's Lewis Woodson. And he hits a fly ball to left. It's going to be out of play. It hit a chair there and out of play territory. 2 schools of thought here. With nobody out and a runner on third, some coaches will tell their hitter, I want you to go for a hit. And if he doesn't get it, then you expect the next guy, Owen Pass, to clean it up. And some coaches just want that run. They don't want to take the chance of 2 guys failing. First base is a little loose here.
I just want to double check.
Again, that bag, the white bag is for the first baseman. The safety bag is for the runner. And that pitch is a little deep. So Lewis Woodson trying to tie the game up here in the bottom of the 6th. So we got a nail biter here. He sticks his rear end out. And we've had a little bit of a roller coaster in this ball game. And there it's going to score 1. Left fielder, a jumping catch. He'll throw it to the plate, but we're all tied up at 4. So Lewis Woodson got to 2 strikes. Then he just sat back, and that ball, I tell you, before this game when the wind was blowing out, that might have been trouble, but it looked like it got knocked down just a little bit. So here's Owen Pass, the first baseman. New ball game, tied at 4. And he takes that. There's still only 1 out here. Owen Pass, he looks like he might be trying to draw the walk here. Taken all the way, and he does. So Taft was pretty quiet the first half of the game. Came to life here a little bit in the second. As you can see how hard that wind is blowing in. And the temperature has dropped a few degrees. Nothing horrific, but definitely a windy day here at Hamlin. And there's a little flip shot. And left fielder made a nice play just on the dirt. That ball wanted to die, but it carried just enough for the left fielder to secure it.
Hey, you got two. You got two. You got two. Go, go, go.
So here's Ortiz, a little roller, throw to first. They get him, but Payton does tie the ball game. Ortiz grounds out to end the inning. And we're going to head to the top of the seventh, 4-4. So it should be Carlos Gonzalez, Nate Mara, and Wes Bliss, I believe. If you're a Payton fan, you'll have the top of your lineup with Augie Ruff in the bottom of the seventh. So this tournament, which started in 1999, my math is right, this is the 25th year, and the outcome is in doubt. And there's a sky-high pop-up. Third baseman makes the play, leadoff man down. So Nate Mara, was the leadoff man. He pops up, brings up Wes Bliss. Payton trying to win their sixth. And the pitcher riling up the fan base. They've been standing over there, the little cheering section. And they are chanting the pitcher's name. And there's a hard one hopper. Nice play there. And he does a good job. Oh, they call him safe. They say it was off the bag. Looked like Owen Pass got his foot back. You can rewind the tape, and I'm sure some of you will. But that's a break. It was a nice play by Diaz. Pass did a good job. I thought he got back. Here's Eli Nanos. It might have been a break for Taft. He was trying to slap and run, swung through it. They may have caught a break that disallowed the fifth Payton run, and that may be another one. So 2 strikes now on Eli Nanos. And there's a little punch. Tyler gets his hands on it, throw to first, gets away from Pass. And Owen said he turned his shoulders like he was going to go to 2. So ground ball, pitcher Tyler Field couldn't secure it. Now we got runners on the corners for Joe Falkowski. Only one out here. If you're Falkowski, you need to make sure here. You don't want to hit something that can be an easy double play, and he gets the base hit, doing the right thing. Runner still on the corner. Falkowski rolls a single into right field, and Taft regains the lead at 5-4. Still only one out. Brings up Alex Ricken. And there's a strike there. Right now, if you're Payton, you'd like to see a double play ball or a foul out if you could. Looked like Tyler Field was trying to get him to bite on a fastball there.
Come on, Rick. Down and hard, Rick. Hey, Tommy, you look good. Down and hard.
And there's a one hopper. They'll get to fielder's choice, but another run scores. So Ortiz did a good job getting the fielder's choice. And it brings up Chris Gonzalez, who's been on, I believe, every time up. First and second now, 2 dead here. And there's a ground ball over to Gugino, and they'll make the play. But in the inning, Taft pushes 2 across. They lead 6-4, and we head to a do-or-die bottom of the 7th for Payton. Taft 3 outs away from winning their 4th CPS championship. Payton needs a comeback if they're going to win their 6th. So it's going to be Augie Ruff, Tyler Field, and Anthony Arena. So if Taft wants to win it, they're going to have to silence the top of this lineup here. And I like to see that. They're going to make Olmsted throw a strike. And he swings there, a little ground ball, little bobble throw to first, not in time. So Tyler Field, or Augie Ruff, using his wheels. And that brings up Tyler Field, the pitcher. Leadoff man on. Bottom of the 7th. CPS. Boys 16-inch city title hanging in the balance.
You're good, Augie. You're good.
And there he flips it, base hit. First 2 hitters on. Now he's going to go to third as the throw got away. Again, if you're Taft, you're not worried about Ruff because you're up 2. The tying runs here at first, nobody out for Anthony Arena. So the first 2 hitters reach here. Payton not going quiet, not just because of their fan base. So the short center leans on one and he beat the left fielder. Is this going to be 2 years in a row with a walk-off? No, but we are tied. Tied at 6. Wind or no wind, Anthony Arena didn't care. He launched it over to left fielder. Now with nobody out, if you're Taft, you need to walk Gugino and Asaf because the winning run now is at third base. Double play doesn't do you any good. So they walk the 2 guys and it brings up Ortiz. So Tommy Angston going to call his infield in. You got to bring the infield in. Rule of thumb in the outfield is if you're too deep to throw a guy out, you're too deep. So you really can't really cheat here. Now Ortiz physically, or Diaz, isn't the biggest player on the squad. So anything on the ground, all 3 runners will have to go. Ortiz trying to write himself into Payton history. And he takes ball 1. And of course, Chris Olmsted's got no open base. He can't afford to walk. And that pitch is inside, 3-1. Coaches are telling Ortiz he'll be taken. And he walks in the winner. Ortiz draws the walk. And Payton walks off Taft 2 years in a row. That Taft has had a crushing loss. And you can see Payton fired up as they win their 6th. I'm going to click off. George Bliss should be live with the post game. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast.
Okay, George Bliss here, bonus coverage live as Walter Payton High School just hit a long triple that drove in the runner. They walked this runner. So let's see what happens here. So the winning run there is number 13. It's a 6-6 game as we come to you live. Gio on the first base. Yours truly, and there's a timeout. There's a timeout. This will be the winning run at 13 if they get him in. So you see number 13, Arriva. You see Coach Murphy here, bonus coverage. Let's see what happens. Diaz batting. I believe that's Diaz. They did load the bases to try to force a easy out at home. If he walks him, that'll be it. That'll be the game. Walks him in. Game's over. A walk-in winner. I've never seen it happen, but number 13 does win. Payton wins it 7-6. 7-6 on the walk-in. Here comes the Payton cheerleaders. They're going crazy here at Hamlin Park. What an unbelievable development here. There's Coach Murphy right there as he walked the base runner. Unbelievable finish, Coach. Just unbelievable. Have you ever seen that?
Oh my God.
Well, the big triple was huge.
We had the top of our lineup. That's all that matters. I know even if we gave up 2, we had the top of our lineup coming up. That's all that matters. Trust the offense.
So, Coach Murphy here, George Bliss here live. You saw it, a walk-in winner, 7-6. Number 13 was the winning touch runner there. There he is, right there. There's 13. Did you ever think it'd happen that way? Not really, right?
About it since I was 8 years old.
7-6.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Shout out to my grandma,
Okay.
Nancy Jamitter, for watching in Myrtle Beach right now, and my little cousins, Kason and Laney. If you're still up, thank you for staying up and watching me. I can't wait to see you. I'll call you tomorrow.
All right, Myrtle Beach. All right. There's your pitcher. Good job, pitch. Scary stuff, though. I mean, it's tough. Yeah. What about that play where you were called out?
That was tough, dude. I didn't know there was a rule about the tagging up. And
Yeah.
all that stuff.
Go ahead. Yeah. Taft High School shaking hands. They lose a heartbreaker, 7-6. There's Eddie Curry. There's all the Payton guys. What an unbelievable, just unbelievable ending here at Hamlin Park. Thank you for tuning in. This is George Bliss. I cut in just in time to see that walk. Amazing. Just amazing. So they will be awarding the medals here. Eddie Murphy and his staff from CPS. Gorgeous plaques. Nice looking plaques. There it is. Chicago Public League. Taft, very dejected. Eddie Curry. medaling the Taft players. You see the umpire there for CPS and the staff. Very difficult, very, very difficult situation to lose the game that way. But, you know, Payton came with the big hit there, the big triple to get it going. It was 6-4. They came up with 3 to win it 7-6. We're out here at Hamlin Park, post-game. George Bliss here with Gio Vernazos. Payton had a huge crowd out here tonight. As you see me walking around the Hamlin infield. A lot of parents here, a lot of fans, a lot of video being taken. So here is the chart. Here it is, right here. There they are, Payton. There it is, right there.
Hey boys, hold on.
There it is, right there, the video. There you go. We're live. We're Real TV. We'll let take as many pictures as you need. Yeah. Let me get out of the way so the parents can get in and get all the pictures they want. There's Payton. So I'm going to grab the big guy. So, of all the years you played, that was a crazy one.
You got to feel sorry a little bit for Taft. 2 years in a row, they get walked off in the championship game.
Final score 7-6.
Yeah, and you know, but that was a terrific championship game, man. You know, hats off to Payton. They just, you know, it seems like every year they're
big
in the
triple
mix.
there, huh? Whoa.
Big triple, and you know, really, once you get the bases loaded, nobody out.
It's hard.
It's almost a done deal. 80+% of the
Right.
time.
There's Taft. The great Coach Vitas, great Coach Angston. All the Taft mothers are here doing some stuff.
Hey, Georgia Middle League.
All right. So there's Chicago Public League runner-up. And as they take post-game pictures here, if you just tuned in, an incredible ending here in 2024 as Payton was down 6-4 in the 7th and came up with 3 runs to pull it out 7-6. Payton over Taft. So I believe that could be the 6th one for Coach Murphy. I'm not sure, but everybody's here. Coach Murphy, Matt Murphy, always prepared at Payton. This game could have gone any way here, folks, as George Bliss is bringing it to you live here on SSA broadcast. All the fans are out here taking pictures. And some incredible plays as you watch the replay, folks. Tomorrow and the days ensuing, just unbelievable plays here, back and forth on defense on both teams. Now the presenting of the first place medals. And I'll walk around. This is yours truly, George Bliss. You see GOV. You see Coach Murphy right there. And you get a good angle there of the medals. You get a good look at the medals. Yeah, that looks good, doesn't it? There's number 16. Okay, here we go. We're going to move up for the photos. Payton High School from the beautiful Wells Street area. I'm sure Jared Payton and the whole Payton family, Connie Payton and the whole family that are so well known in the city of Chicago are happy that their high school has won the 16-inch championship. So I'll let the people take photos. The family is here. There's your plaque right there. Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
All right. You see the incredible amount of people out at this game tonight. We want to thank Eddie Curry and Gio Vernazos, everybody at SSA. You're watching the post game where Payton came out of nowhere to win it 7-6 in an incredible game We're so happy we could have it here on SSA broadcast. And some winning shirts, it looks like. Yeah. You see Hamlin Park. You see all the fans. We hope you're enjoying the post game. It's as much fun for you as it is for me and Gio and all the folks at SSA. Dave Johnston's watching. Just an incredible comeback. Absolutely. So we do have a lot of B-roll we're going to have in the next half day. Tell your friends to follow us on SSA Softball. And a lot of pictures being taken here.
I think we're doing more pictures.
Yeah, we like pictures. We love pictures. There's never enough pictures, folks. There's Asaf. There he is. Nader Asaf, I believe, right? Yeah.
Thank you.
And Nader, in that first game, you hit a big ball.
Yeah, that was great.
You look like you played this game a lot.
Well, yeah, I started sophomore year. I was actually injured before the year started, so
really?
I wasn't able to play my sophomore year. But during my junior year, I really was able to fall in love with the sport. Just the simplicity about it, but it makes it really beautiful. So
it's the greatest game in America, 16-inch softball.
This is the greatest sport. Yeah, I love 16-inch softball a lot. I'm happy I was able to play during high school.
All right, go celebrate. That's Nader Asaf, right?
Yep.
I got the name right. Okay. So Nadir Asaf and other people. I can't get everybody yet. I will try to get a sampling for you here. George Bliss here on SSA Broadcasts. Everybody's here. We're having fun. Coach Murphy, all the umpires. What an incredible staff of umpires that Eddie Curry has put together.
Justice was done.
You see the final footage here of Payton High School on Wells Avenue. They won it this year, incredible, 7-6, led by that walk-off walk, I guess you would call it. Final score 7-6. You see Big Eddie Curry right there.
They tried to screw you, they could not.
Just unbelievable, unbelievable.
Can we get seniors?
Well, we're going to leave you now, George Bliss. It's just been incredible what's happened out here at Hamlin Park. The great umpiring, Chicago Public Schools, the greatest game in America, 16-inch softball. So thank you for watching. Remember, as always, play softball. It's the greatest game in America.